Pakruti is pleased to see you. Bright moons, a bonus reward. Wonderful.
Right, we get these crown store crates. Get a little bit of jewelry going on the character. We have here the assassination tree. Got a steady rotation going. We're at 15 stam now at level 13. Guessing 15 will mean dual wield. Be a huge step. We look here, we see inventory. Trading some heavy armor, but mainly medium. Most of the stuff appears to be blue. Just bought this dagger to make sure we're not lagging behind with the level 5 items. Got this werewolf thing. We should be at a minor horse spike right now because obviously the chest piece is major and we just got one from a quest event. We can now proceed to our somewhat dubious main story quest chain.
Put a cork in it, Tharn. Sai's my friend. Probably the best friend I have. If the vestige is going, I'm going too.
Yes, I see. And you are the most qualified. Why? Is it your superior knowledge of Cold Harbor? Your expertise in dealing with Daedric entities? Or is it simply the unrequited puppy love you feel for that shirtless mammoth?
Mammoth.
The time has come for another foray into Oblivion Vestige. We have one last ally in need of rescue.
Sai-san.
Indeed, Abnathan and I have been meditating, scrying, and poring over Manamako's notes. And at long last we've discovered the location of the Halls of Torment.
Every time he uses the word meditating, I gag a little. How long has Sai-san been a prisoner there?
Our friend has suffered unimaginable and
Which seems like somewhat
torment for nearly 2
irrelevant.
years, far longer than any mortal man should endure. But Sai-san is something more than mortal man. He's a descendant of Leki, the Yokudan sword saint. I've seen it.
Then we must find him, and quickly.
We have been able to determine the precise area of the halls where Sai is being held. This is why we were so long about the task. I shall open a portal for you.
Am I going alone?
Lyris and Abner have both agreed to accompany you, but I fear their mutual enmity will complicate your task. Speak with them and hear what they offer, but you must choose one or the other.
Let's just go with Lyris if he'll let me.
What's wrong? What did Varen say? Then your choice is clear. I've known Sai-Sahan longer than anyone. I should be the one to go. It's your decision. Just know that I'd give my life for you or for Sai. Would Tharn do the same?
Let's just go with Lyris. I want you by my side, Lyris.
Thank you. You won't regret it. Back in the Cold Harbor slave pits, the Shriven used to whisper about the Halls of Torment. When I think of what Sai must be going through, we'll bring him back, or die trying.
Go with Lyris. Save Sai-Sahan from the Halls of Torment.
We travel to the Halls of Torment by way of portal, which, you know, they could do with some better defensives. You just open.
The Amulet of Kings!
You can just open random portals there.
amulet of kings? Tell me or I'll gut you like a fish with your own sword. Slice them to ribbons! See how simple it is to be a sword singer, son?
Which seems like a strange thing to say because he's not here. We get 18 gold. 19 gold. Siphoning 13 here.
It's time for your next round of torture. You'll enjoy this one.
We seem to have the flags here of the drapers of the worm cult. Yeah, Lyris.
Sai was right there. We had him. We were so close.
Always with the updates and the info, Lyris. Why would his torturer be made to look like Thor? That's it. This is the information we need.
Tharn was always mocking Sai, making jokes at his expense. Sai never responded, but I know it hurt him deeply. The Daedra must have sensed that. On the plus side, a doppelganger with Tharn's face was much more satisfying to kill.
What was that about being a sword singer?
The Sword Singers are legendary. They were a group of Red Guard sword masters, wiped out in the First Era by the Yokudan Emperor Hira. Sahan spent years trying to resurrect their lost art, but never succeeded. He considered it his greatest failure.
So the doppelganger was using that failure to torment him.
And it took on Tharn's appearance because he was a familiar rival that Sai secretly despised. Imagine seeing your nemesis succeed where you failed. Day after day, year after year. I can't think of anything worse.
Yes, I cannot think of anything worse. I decided to just come out of the closet in front of my audience of 2. About my general aversion for the main story quest chain. I'm just gonna be honest about it. I can't keep up, like the pretense anyway. We have here Cyril Minwi's translation. Cyril Minwi's translation. I originally believed these Aelid fragments to be part of a longer record of the deeds of an ancient hero. The more I translate, the less sure I am. Note use of the word I translated as skiji in the second excerpt. The word could also be used to reference a physical edge, like that of a sword. That, combined with the talk about cutting and severing, and the whole mention of the bond broader, has led me to think that this might be referring to an actual weapon. Much of the context is missing, and the unusual style and structure has made translation even more challenging than usual. I must be overlooking something, but most of the text in this chamber is severely damaged, and I fear I may never attain a complete understanding. 8 times gifted and heavy with the weight of justice, the first blood you found flowed from the jumping wolf. You severed his band, and then his udder, issuing him rewards for murder and making him to crawl along the ground as a common slave, making him to crawl along the ground as a common slave, until you had not been born, but in this you knew your purpose. It was your skill and it alone that secured victory against the snow-throated throng. You were aloft over them with your 2 mighty hands in prayer, as they cowered and begged as you fed them to darkness bone by bone. Your bond brother exalted you, and you pulled the stars down at his command to burn their tents, and together you laughed as you drove them before you. Oh, glory and unknown, your story of violence rings through 3 worlds, cuts the glittering path between. You are name stealer, destroying the legend of what stood before you. You are forged from starlight and honed with man's bone. You are only for the worthy. I'm running out of coin to pay my guards, so I'll need to move on soon. I never managed to discover how to open the door to the innermost chamber. I shall have to return. I'm taking rubbings of all the fragments I can find. There is no way they can deny me further funding with this discovery. What if some untouched artifact waits inside? Your mint chai? If you're into that. We have your proper torture techniques, volume 13. Game in general, franchise in general, seems to be totally obsessed with torture. We find torture references everywhere. When we compare the amount of torture references to the amount of, say, marriage references or the amount of love references, it's completely ridiculous. And it is a lot, quite frankly, of what makes the whole world feel fake. Relatively speaking, because it's very difficult to get into something like that, because if anything like that were to actually go on for a split second, the nerds who set all of this up would run and cry, again, after 1 split second. So it is totally, improbable that you would push through any of this if there were truly, in the places historically where there was such kind of horror, where there was a constant torture, like under Mao's regime, for example, in China, in the beginning, where people were being tortured to death, you just didn't have culture. People don't push through that. People just abandon that, because it's physically unbearable. So all of this, it makes all of this less likely. By the Duchess of Anguish. Focus on failure. Pain can be an effective tool in the torture of mortals. But it has an inherent failing. It is temporary. Failure, on the other hand, lasts for an eternity. Throughout their brief existence, every mortal invariably attempts activities that are beyond their physical capabilities, in the hope of achieving greatness. Mortals refer to this quality as ambition. Inevitably, complications brought about by overreach, overexertion, miscalculation, or simply by bad luck will result in catastrophic failure in one or more of these activities. The resulting shame and self-reproach will often imprint itself within a mortal's mind and forever remain haunting them for the remainder of their days. Failure, the natural byproduct of a mortal's ambition, can therefore be one of the most potent weapons in a torturer's arsenal. Mortals, through their liberal exercise of free will, do not wish to be reminded of their failures or their unrequited ambitions. Recounting these failures can have a devastating effect upon their pride, pitiable quality which espouses the individual person as a unique and exalted personality in a vast, meaningless universe. When a mortal's pride is affected, any other favorable qualities they might possess are devalued in their own self-perception. To wit, they begin to mentally torture themselves. One of the most elegant and efficient means of breaking a mortal spirit, then, is the constant and repetitive recreation of the events they consider to be their most devastating failures and inadequacies. By highlighting, exaggerating, and to some degree even distorting these events, we can create a situation where their own self-doubt and frustration turn inward, devouring their own mind, body, and soul. Though it may take more time and effort than pure physical torture, a daily regimen of repetitive forced failure scenarios will eventually break the subject's will without the need to resort to violence or bloodshed, the expense of which have been extensively documented as the direct result of elevated cleaning costs and desiccated corpse disposal. We have here to smite with dragon claws, battle chant of the intrepid 200. We are dragon knights, we are dragons. You attack us, you will meet talons. If you strike us, you will eat spikes. If you injure us, our wounds will close. If you anger us, you will burn. If you run from us, we will pounce upon you. You cannot win, we cannot lose. We are dragon knights. We are dragons. I was legitimately creeped out there by Lyra suddenly standing behind me. Good, we need these bow boosts and everything. This is all stuff I've never seen before. It is impossible for me to read all of this, for obvious reasons. Like, most people and most viewers will not even tolerate a single book, let alone 10. So, but I had no idea that these books gave a significant combat advantage here. Because obviously the bow stat is important for us, especially as an opening poison debuff. continue on through here. This was really a kind of, I really don't know what to call this, a kind of platform, a kind of podium, surrounded by the banners of the worm cult. I have here, like so frequently, these roots that come through the ceiling. For some reason, poverty and a lack of maintenance is always kind of a sign of the bad guy. Which, I don't know about
We
that.
appear to have some unwanted visitors in the halls of torment. Let's make them feel welcome, shall we?
Can't really sneak up on undead like this. Have your skeletal brute, a crate. Should probably not have picked that up. We got some yeast. Not a fan of yeast here. You might have some yeast. Also not a fan of that. You have your skeletal archer. Still buried. Snuck up on him. About 8,000 damage. It's 12,000 damage on that one. 12,000 damage again. Lockpick. Got a skeletal soldier here. 12,000 damage. And 12,000 damage. We got Lyra's doing 7,200 damage, which I think is the highest she's ever done. Okay. These levels were really designed from a efficiency standpoint, literally, so you would blitz through them as fast as humanly possible. Everything here is made to be as worthless as possible. And even these chests, that's the remarkable thing, even the chests are entirely pointless.
Where is the amulet of
You
King?
got Man and Marco yelling.
Where is the amulet? If you tell me, this will all be over. Then we can finally be together. Intruders! They're after the amulet. Don't worry, my love.
This is one of the most difficult fights in the story
Seems to be drawing
elements.
power from those stones. Destroy them, quickly!
The stones. Destroy the stones.
Now they're gone and spoiled the mood. Why does she look like me?
Do we currently have the potion in the thing? You can't swap these in common. Some lockpicks.
Move now! I'll kill the intruders and bring you their heads, my love. They pulled these thoughts from Sai's head? I don't understand. This can't be real. It's not like this between Sai and me.
And Marco coming up with the ultimate plan to break Sai Sahan. It involves basically reproducing the Jewish adult movie industry from California, where black men meet white women. Dear Lyra's doppelganger. In for a bean, in for a beanstalk.
Time to feast!
Lyra's doppelganger not doing so well.
Once again, come, my friend. Time for your next session.
Alright. Talk to your companion about the Jewish
Message.
adult movie
Hold a moment.
industry. Alright.
When I get my hands on Menomarco, I'm gonna slice that traitor stem to sternum and wash my hands in his body cavity!
I don't understand. Why did that doppelganger look like you?
How should I know? Sai and I are friends. Good friends, nothing more.
They pulled the ID from Sai's head, didn't they?
What? No! Our friendship is based on honor and loyalty, not foolish games of love. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snap at you. This is just so unexpected. Confusing.
I think we just met Manamarco's Duchess of Anguish.
I'll show her anguish when I bury my axe in her skull. Let's keep moving. And listen, don't mention this whole thing to anyone. I need some time to figure out what it means.
That last part, I believe. I legitimately believe that you need time to figure out what it means. Okay. Is it true here? Doesn't look like it, right? Can't be that way either. Is it that way? Is there some kind of map? There is. Alright, maybe go this way. Good crate here, got some acai
Don't
berries.
get many visitors in the halls of torment.
That's the
but
good
there's
stuff. Got
always
some
room
lemon.
for a few more.
To make you a drink,
Permanent
got some acai
residents.
berries, some lemon. Got trunk here, just like Sai Song.
Such tenacity, such ambition, such bravery. Such a pity we're going to skin you alive and feast on your intestines.
Lockpicks indeed, my good man. Got crates. Got trunk. Bopping trunk in this bee.
Fools! Time is
All right.
meaningless in the halls
Got a
of
skeletal soldier up in
Whether
here.
it takes a day
Leap.
or 1,000 years, Sai Sahan will be broken.
This is the leap. This is the stealth. Scroll down is the stealth. Scroll up is the leap. Got it. Got a lockpick.
Where is the Amulet of
Where is
Kings?
the Amulet of Kings? This can all be over if you just tell me. You can finally rest. You'd like that, wouldn't you, Sai?
Have I been here 2 years?
Who dares to defy the
2,000
Duchess
years.
of Anguish? I will tear out your heart and make you feast upon it.
But I will
What
never
death do you
break.
prefer, mortal?
Never.
Slow and painful or quick and painful? I think I'll kill you quickly, then resurrect you and kill you slowly. An eternity of agony. It will be glorious.
I hear the Duchess of Anguish. You are from behind. That's 14 Captain, I think. Okay, don't miss me. Alright. Like the kill speed. I think the rotation is working out. We have here a black man in chains. Alright. Now we have a black man groveling before a white woman.
Why are you here? Who sent you?
The Baron sent me. I'm a friend.
The Emperor? He lives? This day is filled with wonders.
Did they force you to reveal the location of the Amulet of Kings?
They tortured me for many months. Years, perhaps. But I did not break my vow. The amulet is hidden and safe.
Can you walk? We need to get out of here.
My strength is returning. Lead on.
You have done it, Vestige. Bring him through the portal quickly.
Not even a chest at the end. Get the Arbridge Zone story. Talking about Nernroad. Varen, the Emperor.
Saisahan lives. You've outdone yourself, Vestige.
I've outdone myself, Vestige. The Daedra tortured his mind as well as his body.
The minds of some men can endure hardships far greater than anything the Daedra can concoct. The forces of loyalty, honor, and friendship are powerful indeed.
What's her next move?
We must recover the Amulet of Kings, but only when Saisahan has had time to recover. He is a man of great strength, but he will still need to rest after such an ordeal.
Where's the amulet? Where is the Amulet of Kings?
Sai locked the amulet away in the ruins of San Kotor and entrusted the key to one of his close associates. But he can tell you himself. Speak with him. He's eager to meet his liberator. I'll contact...
We have Sai Sahan here, knocked on his
owe you
tuchus.
my life. My lord calls you Vestige. A strange name. Is it true your soul was taken from you?
Yes, it's true.
Stranger still. My people say that bravery and honor are the hallmarks of a great soul. Yet you have both of those things in great measure. I had begun to think that honor was a relic of the past. You give me hope.
How are you feeling?
I cannot say. Physically, I am unharmed. But mentally, I feel a darkness in my heart. A weight on my soul. I do not know how long this emptiness will remain.
How do we get the Amulet of Kings?
I hid the amulet in a sacred catacomb protected by magical wards. The means of lifting these wards are in the keeping of my old mentor, Kasura. As soon as I am able, we must meet with her.
We will. As soon as you're well. Rest now.
I will try to rest, but I am a warrior. We cannot sit still for very long. I should certainly bathe before we meet with Kasura. I am unpleasantly fragrant, and if she happened to be downwind of me, well, I would never hear the end of it.
As you say, Sai.
The path ahead of us is a dark one, but it pleases me to know that I shall walk the path with friends. May we all rest a little easier tonight. I know I shall.
Completed the Halls of Torment. At 306 gold, gain a skill point. At Soul Magic increased to 4. Chronicles of the Five Companions. The Chronicles of the Five Companions 1. My name is Lares of Skyrim, called by some. I'm committing these words to paper on behalf of my friend and ally, a man history will remember only as the prophet. It was through his profound insight and study of the Elder Scrolls that we came to understand the dire nature of threat that now endangers all of Tamriel. Let it be known by those who read these words that the Soul Burst, the event that took place in the 579th year of the Second Era, was due to the treachery of a single elf. The Altmeri necromancer Manamon, the king of the worms and the servant of the most vile of all, Daedric princess, the god of schemes and the lord of brutality, Molagbal. In years past, Manamarco served as chief advisor to the court of Emperor Varen Equilarius. Originally a duke of Coral, Varen became emperor of Tamriel by right of conquest. With Manamarco's counsel, Varen led a revolt against the previous dynasty, the savage regime of Reachmen known as the Longhouse Emperors. Yet despite his conquest and victory, Varen was not to be a true emperor. Like the former Emperor Leovic, the blood of the dragon didn't flow through Varen's veins. He was unable to light the dragon fire in the Temple of the One, as a true emperor must, by tradition. The dragon fires have remained until generations. The dragon fires have remained unlit for generations. This is because the Amulet of Kings, a relic of the divines gifted unto Saint Alicia by Akatosh, was lost in the centuries following the fall of the Renan dynasty. Only this relic, traditionally worn by imperial emperors of the First Era, would allow a true-blooded ruler to spark the dragon fires anew. At Manamarco's urging, Varen formed a group of companions to join him on an epic quest to locate this relic. These companions included myself, the Red Guard Swordmaster Sai Sahan, Grand Chancellor Abner Thorn, and Manamarco himself. For years we scoured the face of Tamriel, following countless leads, until we finally managed to locate it. When we returned to the Imperial City, Manamarco played upon Varen's insecurities and convinced him that the coronation ritual, properly modified, could not only light the dragon fires, persuade Akatosh to invest him with divine agency and gift him with the blood of the dragons. It was only after the coronation ritual was attempted that we learned the extent of Manamarco's deception. The King of Worms used his magic to corrupt the power of the amulet, causing the calamity which came to be known as the Soul Burst. I remember very little of the actual event, only that the chaos that followed was immediate and devastating. Varen was consumed by the fiery wrath of the Soul Burst. Sai Sahan and I were unjustly implicated in his death, made all the more suspicious because Sai fled as soon as he recovered, taking the Amulet of Kings with him. Grand Chancellor Tarn was an opportunist and immediately cast his lot with Manamarco. The prophet's story is one of mystery. He appeared one day on the steps of an abbey of the Moth priests in Cyrodiil. They took him in and fed him, thinking he was nothing more than a vagabond. They were shocked when they found him in the libraries that night, poring over the eldritch etchings of an Elder Scroll. Only the moth priests themselves had the ability to read the scrolls, and they saw his arrival as a prophetic sign from the divines. As they do all who read them, the Elder Scrolls eventually took the prophet's eyesight, leaving him permanently blinded. Yet he continued to study them in his mind's eye, and eventually foresaw the great and terrible threat that we are now faced with. Word of his prophecy spread far and wide, eventually reaching the imperial city and the ear of Manamarco, king of worms, immediately arrested the prophet for rumor, mongering, and treason, and had the abbey and all of its contents burned to the ground. The catastrophe that the prophet predicted began to take shape almost immediately. Vast swaths of the empire were consumed by Daedric fire, and the first dark angers fell upon the land. Molag Bal's invasion of our world had begun, made possible by Marco's betrayal. Let's try to leave the arborage so we can proceed to the next sequence here. This is the exact same torture book previously read. I can't really remember it sitting there before.
Ah, there you are. Come, we must talk.
We have the convenient and immersive pop-up Baron. We re-enter the Arborage Zone story. We must talk and address Sai Sahan.
Honor and faith to you, my friend. We are nearly ready to depart. My Lord Varen requested that Tharn and Snow Lily join us, for safety's sake. Though I have seen fewer places as tranquil as the Valley of Blades.
Why do we need to go to the Valley of Blades?
An old friend, Kasura, dwells there. Before I was captured, I placed an enchanted ring in her keeping. The ring is a key of sorts. Without it, we will not be able to open the secret chamber where the Amulet of Kings lies hidden.
Tell me about Kasura.
She was my first mentor and instructor, a true master of blades. She still trains young swordsmen in the valley, though she deems worthy of her instruction.
What does she teach?
Swordsmanship, but much more than that. Her teachings revolve around a trinity of body, blade, and brilliance. The sword singers of old were said to be masters of all three. Oh, look, there will be time for questions later. Are you ready to depart?
Yes.
I'll open a portal to hasten your journey.
Which it's a good thing that the Prophet can open portals everywhere. We can now either talk to Watch Captain Astanya or talk to Sai Sahan.
Do you smell the scent of burning embers in the air? Oh, we may be in for a treat if Kasura is teaching the firewalk.
Which way are we heading?
The Abbey is just down the path. We're fortunate that my Lord Varen opened a portal for us. This landslide appears to have blocked the valley's only approach.
What could have caused it?
I cannot say. I've never known these mountains to experience earthquakes. Strange.
Let's go.
It is strange to return to these mountains. Memories of youth flood my mind, each one bringing its own sorrow or its own smile.
Oh, joy. We've been here less than 5 minutes and Sahan is already getting maudlin and weepy.
Shut up, Tharn. Don't let him get to you, Sai. Let him roll his eyes. Maybe he'll find a brain back there.
Kasura often said that rudeness is a weak man's imitation of strength. She is wise beyond her years. What is this? The Abbey burns! Quickly, we must find Kasura!
So much destruction. What could have done this?
I'm afraid I've seen this before. Keep an eye skyward, Titanborn.
This valley was so beautiful. Look at it now.
Kasura!
Sai Sahan. Intruders. Cultists. They attacked the Abbey. So many of my students have fallen.
The Abbey is in ruins, Kasura. How could they?
Gigantic beast. Like nothing I've ever seen. Cultists. They're opening rifts to oblivion.
No. Save your strength, Kasura. We will make them pay. I promise you.
What do you think? Trap?
It's only a trap if you don't know about it. I assume everything is a trap, therefore, it's a challenge.
I'll
Address
recover.
Kasura.
Just find the intruders and make them pay.
It says, find the intruders and make them pay.
In the name of Moloch Baal, come forth and destroy his enemies! Heed me, Daedric minions, and obey!
Got some baker.
How long can I last like this?
Maybe see if we can have a bite to eat here. And a crown fortifying meal from the ground shop.
Hosts of Oblivion, come forth and feast.
Sai, the Titan returns.
Sai Sahan and company at last. My pet has been waiting for
Eyes
you.
skyward. Here it comes.
How many more of your friends must die, Sai Sahan? Where is the Amulet of Kings?
Got some regen from his life leech here, or whatever it's called. Funnel health. Get it here. 13,000 damage apparently. Stuff I should probably be doing more. Scroll down and then do the same thing. And when I scroll down, I do 13,000 damage. It's 21,000 damage, 16,000 damage, 8,600 damage. Even in that, Lyris couldn't be accurate. I skyward, she said.
Well fought. Sai Sahan travels with worthy companions.
Are you injured?
My injuries are not serious. What are a few more scars to an old warrior? Scars have the virtue of reminding us that our past is real. My students and my home have not fared half so well. I'm glad to see you, but curious why you are here.
We've come for the ring. Is it safe?
I did not find the Ring of Stendarr's mercy, but now that the King of Worms knows you are here, it is only a matter of time before he launches another attack.
Then we must collect the ring and leave quickly.
Indeed. Atop the eastern stair is the secret entrance to the ancestral crypt. The ring is within.
Let's go.
Follow me. The hidden entrance will not be obvious.
Why would a crypt need a secret entrance?
It's a wonder there's an unplundered crypt in all of Skyrim. You Nords could learn a thing or two from the builders of Hammerfell.
Perhaps Hammerfell could also teach Nibene the virtue of good manners.
Alright. We talk to Sai
I can
Sahan.
feel the presence of my ancestors whenever I come here. I am burdened with a great responsibility to honor their sacrifice and uphold their legacy.
Your ancestors are interred here?
Aye, along with some of the most renowned sword singers who ever lived. We must tread carefully and with great respect.
Aye, he says. Isn't that like a Scottish-Irish thing? I don't know. What did Kisura hide the ring here? Why did Kisura hide the ring here?
We both thought it would be well protected in the Valley of Blades. The most gifted young swordsmasters of Hammerfell are invited to train with Kisura. The town was bristling with strength and steel before the Titans showed up.
How did Manamarco find out about this valley?
I cannot say. Perhaps someone told him of my past. Perhaps he pried the memory from me during my time in the Halls of Torment. Either way, I am to blame for the valley's destruction. No one I love will be safe until Manamarco has been dealt with.
We'll stop him.
And I shall need a proper weapon. Kisura said that my father's greatsword lies with the ring. It seems proper that I should wield it in his honor. Tread lightly. Few living have been permitted to walk among these honored dead.
Was there a person, even within the development team, who cared about the sword of Sai Sahan? Even within the development team? Was there a single person ever?
Divad Hunding, son of Frandardo Hunding, Helhanse no Shira, the greatest of the Sword Saints. The hearth of every household in Hammerfell has a small alcove containing a copy of his father's greatest work, the Book of Circles. It seems fitting that by the sword of my father, Nazir Ataf Sahan, I pledge myself to the destruction of Manamarco, and the liberation of Tamriel from the tyranny of the god of schemes, Molad Bal.
Dr. Kisura?
The ring is yours. Guard it well. I must return to my students to begin the long task of rebuilding.
Kisura, will you come with us?
Thank you, but I cannot leave the Valley of Blades. I must bury the dead and tend to the wounded.
I must return with the ring, but perhaps Sahan and the others can help.
I knew you would lead me to the ring eventually. Give it to me.
Your presence defiles this place, Marco.
Give me the ring, and I might spare your pathetic lives.
We struck down your Titan and we'll strike you down soon enough.
The Titan was a prelude of what's to come if you continue to defy me.
Defy you? Your delusions of godhood are laughable, you ignominious corpse herder.
Very well then. I'll simply take the ring from your corpses.
Blasphemy! How dare you raise the honored dead to fight your battle?
And some of these NPCs, or whatever you want to call them, were not properly attuned, and in general there's very lazy work going on here, because these things are actually mini-bosses, but they look like ordinary skeletons, which is extremely deceiving. And one of them can almost one-shot you. If that sounds completely crazy and inappropriate, that is because it is. This is one of the places I've died before.
The next time you hide something from the most powerful necromancer in all of Tamriel, you might
And I died
reconsider
on a
hiding it in
Templar.
bloody tomb.
Or on a Dragon Knight Rider in heavy armor. Come on, Lyris. Do you remember the part where they said that they were sword saints, legendary sword dancers? You see how they're all wearing like staffs and shields and everything? See that? They couldn't keep lore straight for 5 seconds. See, Ra, Asa, see? Is a rogue and a bow shooter. For a bowman. Perpetually grown to me. Like, all you had to do to keep the lore straight was to just make it a bunch of sword fighters. That's all you had to do. That's all you had to do. You couldn't even do that. It's like a bunch of electric mages and one sword fighter, see here? Frost mage. So it turns out that they weren't sword dancers at all.
Rest in peace, honored dead.
Souls of my ancestors, I will avenge Manamarco's blasphemy!
We address Saisa, huh?
The ring is ours for the time being. Guard it well.
Guard it with my life.
You must return to the harborage and give it to Lord Varen. It will remain safe in his keeping until it is time to travel to Sancrator. Lyris, Abner, and I will remain here to help Kasura bury the dead and tend to the injured.
I'll return.
Lord Varen has been observing our progress. He will open a portal for you to return. There it is, the top of the stairs. Go, quickly!
I'll tell him what happened.
The damage is great, but if you had not arrived when you did, there would be nothing left to rebuild. Be safe in the coming days, my friends. I look forward to your return.
The Abbey of Blades will rise from these ashes. If I survive the dark path we must walk, I will return to help Kasura shape a new generation of Blade Masters.
A noble goal, Sai. Perhaps I'll join you. For now, we should see to the survivors.
Got some ash here. Like Pokemon. Portal to the Arborage Zone story. Once the prophet was a man, a figure in strength. Alright, got a fish here. It's unclear what fish. There.
In my mind's eye, I witnessed your battle with the Worm Cult and with the undead Ansei abominations. Your mission was successful, was it not?
Here's the Ring of Stendar's Mercy. The Abbey of Blades was destroyed.
I witnessed the Titan's assault and sensed the deaths of many innocents. It is a great and terrible loss. Sai-Sahan and the others will need time to aid Kasura. I will contact you when they return and we will begin the journey to Sankatorm.
I am indebted to my viewers to be a part of these trials and journeys alongside me. We're trying to push our way through the MSQ quest chain. It's not easy from an emotional standpoint, but we're getting it done. We're getting there. We're getting closer to finishing the thing. And it's very much appreciated that you want to be a part of it. Thank you so much. See you next time.